Welcome back. You're watching Channel 4 News. Now, enhanced democracy or an abuse of the system? At the last election, tactical voting played an important role in the Labour and Liberal Democrat successes. This time around, the process has been formalised by the launch of a clutch of websites enabling voters in marginal constituencies to trade their votes. Liam Halligan's been looking at this new and controversial phenomenon, which promises to cause a stir at the upcoming polls.
A revolution is happening. The power of Westminster and the first-past-the-post voting system is being undermined. All around the country, the internet is helping the electorate as they prepare to barter their votes. The web set to spark an expansion of tactical voting on a scale unlike anything we've ever seen. It's controversial to say the least, and the law seems powerless to stop it.
What we're doing is putting power back into the hands of individual voters. It doesn't matter what the party leaders say, this is a way for individual voters to get together, get the result they want. And until we change the voting system, it's one way of making a bad system a little bit better.
Here's how it works. A Labour supporter in a Lib Dem Tory marginal, Kingston and Surbiton for instance, may feel there's little point in fact in voting Labour. But if they can use the internet to find a Lib Dem supporter in a Labour Tory marginal, nearby Wimbledon say, they can effectively swap votes by promising to vote for each other's parties. And in doing so, they can both cast potentially winning rather than definitely wasted votes.
Dreaming up new promises, 'cause promises win votes.
The concept is so powerful that Billy Bragg, the cult singer and former Labour activist, has set up his own vote trading website and pledged to vote Lib Dem. He wants to oust the incumbent Conservative in the marginal Lib Dem Tory Dorset constituency where he now lives. Some of the vote trading websites, such as this one, are blatantly anti-Tory. Clearly the Conservatives have the most to lose from cyber vote barter, which could tip the balance in dozens of high-profile marginals. But the experts have so far judged that most of these sites are just about legal.
It's a subject which is new, it's a subject which is very close to the idea of bribery, giving away your vote in return for something, whether it's money or goods or just somebody else's vote somewhere else. It's something which in the past has been thought of to be illegal. I think these sites are very close to that, but they don't actually set up a contract, so I think they're just on the right side of legality.
Most vote barter sites say they're politically neutral. They point to the 4 million voters who live in seats where their preferred party's in third place. They say, in the absence of proportional representation, that trading makes votes count. The recent US election was the testing ground. 2,000 Greens used Ralph Nader's vote trading pledge to cast their ballot for Al Gore in the crucial Florida contest. Had Nader's trading site started a few weeks earlier, many observers think Bush wouldn't have won the White House. Whether these vote trading websites are legal and whether or not they can raise money through advertising, well, nobody really knows. What's clear though is that electoral law now seems wholly unprepared for campaigning in the age of the internet. Liam Halligan, Channel 4 News at Westminster.
Well, Billy Bragg is with me now, and Ian Bruce, one of the Dorset Conservative MPs Mr Bragg would like to put on the dole, is in the delightful surroundings of Weymouth. Billy Bragg, this is shameful stuff. You're undermining the whole concept of a secret ballot, apart from anything else.
Not really. I mean, if we had a voting system that was more fair, more proportionate, then there wouldn't be a Tory MP in my constituency. The majority of the electorate voted against him.
Well, campaign for that. Don't undermine it.
Well, I am campaigning for that. I'm not undermining it. I want a more proportional system of voting. The government at the present doesn't seem interested in that. I think if a significant number of people did vote tactical last time, it had the effect of reducing Ian Bruce's majority to 77. Now, I would like that tactical voting idea to carry on. And rather than walking around the streets of Weymouth where Ian is looking for someone to swap my vote with, a website seems a much more efficient way of doing it.
It's, how can I put it, only just legal. You comfortable with that?
Oh, it's not nothing illegal at all. There's no guarantee that it will work. All that happens on the www.vote.dorset.net website is you put your name and your email address there, it's swapped with another voter, a mirror voter in the other constituency, and then you have to build trust with that voter and discuss the issues. The whole thing is purely based on trust.
Right, based on trust, well known in the area of politics, I'm sure. Ian Bruce, down there in Weymouth. Are you worried? Is this just a piece of mischief or what?
Well, can I thank Billy on 3 counts. Firstly, for the wonderful way that his last campaign for the Labour Party backfired and made sure that we didn't get Neil Kinnock as our Prime Minister. Secondly, for getting Channel 4 News down here so they can see what a wonderful place throughout the United Kingdom they should come to for their holidays. And thirdly, thank you for letting me swap with 10 different people on your website today and find out where the opposition is currently. His website, of course, is totally unsecure, and if he thinks he can trust Liberal Democrats to do a deal with, he really should come and talk to the Labour Party activists down here, because all of us down here understand the one thing you can't do is to trust the Liberals on anything.
OK, without getting into the obvious bear pit of South Dorset politics, is there something undemocratic about this? Or is it all fair and above board?
No, although it's probably against electoral law, there's certainly nothing that I'm worried about from swapping votes are concerned. Of course, it's anti-conservative. All the sites that have been set up have been anti-conservative ones, and the tactical voting this time is, of course, going to be people tactically voting against the Labour government.
Right, so you wouldn't favour legal action or anything like that against this?
Well, I certainly won't, but if anybody did get elected down here on the basis of what Billy had done, certainly the costs of setting up his website and what he has done would probably fall on the Labour candidate particularly, because Billy, of course, is a Labour activist. He's a fully paid up member of the Labour Party and he's doing that.
I don't think that's actually true.
I've not been a member of the Labour Party since the Gulf War. When Neil Kinnock was the leader, I left in opposition to that.
But the accusation will be this is a front for New Labour, isn't it?
Well, I'm a Labour voter. I'm a Labour supporter. If I voted Labour in West Dorset, my vote would have no effect. And the money that he's talking about to set up the website, which was £500, will fall into West Dorset, where the Labour Party, I doubt, if they've got any sense, will be spending any money. So there's no problem there.
OK, so you, Billy Bragg, once of red wedge, now says in public, I totally trust the Liberal Democrats of this system. They are wonderful and worthy people. It's a bit naive, isn't it?
It would have seemed like that when I first moved to the constituency, but then I realised my sitting Tory MP was a guy called Oliver Letwin, who is a rising star in the Conservative Party and has been part of this move to the right that has upset a lot of people, including a lot of One Nation Tories. That changed my mind, made me think very much about this tactical voting. And I would
You're scared
argue,
of his success?
I am, and I would say to One Nation Tories who are concerned about the drift of their party to tactically vote at this election and bring on the change of leadership that brings their party back into a more mainstream political party rather than a xenophobic party that we seem to be having.
OK, Ian Bruce, are you going to encourage Central Party office to do the same thing?
I have to say that the only sensible thing for people to do in Dorset, even if they're Labour supporters or Liberal Democratic supporters, is to bring Tony Blair's majority down and to vote Conservative. Even Liberal Democrats want to see a very much smaller number of Labour MPs being elected,
but you
so
see,
they might
nationally,
become kingmakers.
Nationally, this is all just sour grapes, because at the end of the day, the Tories haven't got anyone they can form a pact with, have they?
Well, I hate to say this, but really people should do their homework. The last by-election, which we had a month ago in my constituency, the three parties all put up. Labour doesn't usually bother to put up, but they got 8%. The Liberal Democrats got 42% and we got 50%. Well, why people seem to think that the Liberal Democrats are in third place in my constituency, you know, that would be a very foolish thing for people to do.
Ian Bruce,
because it was 4 years ago that the Labour Party came in.
Ian Bruce, we'll have to leave it there.
20 seats in my constituency since then.
OK, there we must leave it from the bonny banks of Weymouth.
If we win by 10 votes, Ian, I'll take that victory from you. Thanks.
We'll take that as read. Billy Bragg here, thanks very much.